Right, okay. Morning, Swallows. Welcome to another edition of online learning. Yeah. So today, we'll start with maths again. Ready, all set up. On my board, guys, for maths, first thing in your blue books, please. Some really excellent learning from yesterday. And I know even building on what you did from LBQ on Wednesday, you know, keep it up. It's really appreciated from me and Mrs. Bonham in school. Top of your new clean page, please, guys. Short date, so 8th and the 1st to 1, Mr. Pryor. We are in year 2021 now, aren't we? Yes. So don't you worry. See, even I'm getting things wrong this morning. Learning objective. Miss a line underneath. Learning objective, colon, and we're going to count in multiples of 4, 8, 50 and 100 today. Okay, so revisiting our place value topic and how we can count and how we can jump using our 4's, our 8's, and counting on in 50's and 100's as well. Okay, start with a little starter, guys. So starter subheading, 4 questions. Again, starting off with column addition, moving on to subtraction as well, and a little bit of column multiplication I've thrown in for you this morning. Okay, so have a look at these questions, guys. First one, 352 add 146. Number 2, 362 take away this time. Remember, take away 145, and your tram lines using your rulers. Question 3, 672 take away 192, and question 4 is 32 multiplied by 3. Okay. Pause the video, guys. Hopefully you can see it on your screen as well. Pause the video when you want to. Make sure you write those out nice and neatly using your squares. Come back to you in a minute with your purple pens. Okay. Okay, straight on to this. Question 1. 352 add 146. Remember, I'm starting with my 1's column. Okay, so I'm going to do 2 add 6, which is 8, straightforward for some of you guys, especially you step 3's. 5 add 4 is 9, and then into my 100's column, 3 add 1 is obviously 4. Give it a tick or fix it, guys, okay? Question 2, a little bit tricky, but straight away I'm looking at my 1's column, I'm thinking, look, I'm going to have to regroup here, because I cannot physically do 2 take away 5. All right, so 2 take away 5 I can't do. What do I need to do? I need to go to Mr. 10's, Mr. and Mrs. 10's next door, don't I? And I need to borrow a full 10. So I'm going to cross that out. Take a full 10 from this. This number becomes 5. I've got to add that into my 1's column. We remember regrouping as we spent a long time on this. We used our base 10, and we remember that we've got to switch from one column to the next. All right. So now I've got 12. I've got a whole 10. Remember our chips, burgers, chips, and peas. I put a whole chip in with that 2 and those 2 peas. Becomes 12. So 12 take away 5. I know is 7. I can do that in my head, or I could use my fingers. 5 take away 4, I can then begin to solve in my 10's and 100's column. 5 take away 4 is 1. 3 take away 1 in my 100's column is 2. We know this, Swallows, we know it. It's just refreshing and getting back up to speed. If you found that tricky, don't worry, because there's some more as well tomorrow. We'll walk through another couple together. Moving on to question 3, again, subtraction. 2 take away 2, starting with my 1's column, 10's and 100's. 2 take away 2 is 0. I have 2. I take away 2, I have nothing left. Then, looking at this central column, the 10's column, I'm looking at it thinking, 7 take away 9. I cannot do it. If I've only got 7, and say Leo wants 9 from me, can't do it physically, can I? So I need to go next door. I need to borrow from the 100's column. This time I'm taking a whole 100 into that 10's column. 17 take away 9, which I know is 8. 5 take away 1 is 4. See what I've done there, guys? I've taken a whole 100 and I've moved it into my 10's column. That 1, remember, is that whole section in the middle. It's that exchanging, isn't it? All right. 32 multiplied by 3 in the column method now for number 4. Okay, remember our tennis ball method. We talk about bouncing the ball from one column to the next. All right. 10's and 1's column, just like before. Remember, place value knowledge. So always start with our ones, just in case there's a little bit of regrouping. 3 multiplied by 2 is 6. Done that number, I can cross it out. 3 multiplied by 3 is 9. 96, straightforward. Give them all a tick or fix them using your purple pen and move straight on. Okay. Today, we are going to count using our multiples of 4, 8, 50 and 100. Okay. So, what I'd like you to do is have a look at the template that I've uploaded for you. And within each question, so step 2's and 1's, you've got this template to have a look at. It's a little bit of a recap as well on the back. Okay. And I have the step 3's, a little bit of a trickier section to look at. Okay, so you've both got 2 separate differentiated models for tomorrow, and they'll both be on your seesaw activity, guys, as will your dates, your LOs. All right, within this section, and we completed this in school yesterday, this work is all about you thinking about how you can use your jumps, and what we used as Freddy the Frog within class. We talked about Freddy the Frog jumping in a set amount of numbers. Okay, in this case, jumping in 4's, jumping in 8's, jumping in 50's, jumping in 100's. Now, what it's asking you to do with each question is jump using your 4, 8's, 50's and 100's. So let's have a go. Let's have a go. How would I jump to the next number and I'm counting on in multiples of 4? Well, what would I do? You could physically use your fingers. You could use your fingers to jump on. You could use dots on your page, guys, if that helped you, especially you guys at step 1, you know, if you're finding it troublesome. The tricky part to this task is when we're counting backwards, but I'll show you what we can do. Okay, so let's count on in our 4's. 4, next number will be 8, next number 12, next number 16. And how have I done that? Well, each time, have a look at the pattern that we've created. All we've done each time is added 4. Okay, done 4, add 4 is 8, add 4 is 12, add 4 is 16. Pretty straightforward. The trouble comes when some of these questions ask you to count backwards. But it's just using your inverse. It's using the opposite, isn't it? So if a question asks you to count backwards from 16 using your 4's, each time, what would you do? You just take away 4 each time. Okay. That's how we jump forward and backwards using your 4's. What about 8's? 8, using the same principles, add 8 will be 16. Add 8 will be 24. Add 8 will be 32. Okay. How did I do that? Well, I could again use my fingers, start at 8, 8 in my head, 8 fingers up, count on to 16. Okay. How would I jump backwards? Again, use the inverse. I subtract 8 all the way along this number sentence. Okay. 50's are a little bit more tricky. Okay. Each time, what are you doing with that 50? You're doing exactly the same as what we did with these 2 numbers. 50 add 50. I know is 100. Add another 50 is 150. Add another 50 is 200. It's just breaking down the halfway split between 100's and 200's. Okay, and 100's, I know you're all pretty good at because I've seen that happen in class. Jumping by adding 100 each time. This is by adding 50 each time. Okay. Have a look at your sheets, guys. See how you get on. I'd like you to write each of the questions out in the order that they appear. Okay, so for example, step 1's and 2's, each number sentence, I'd like you to start at 0 as it starts on the sheet, or when we get to sort of question F, when we're counting backwards, you start at 40 on one side of the page and jump backwards. Okay. As you flip it over, step 1's and 2's, section 2 and 3 and 4 are a lot like what we practiced yesterday, okay? It's looking at, can you write and read numbers in numerals and digits? Okay, have a go. Let us know how you get on, guys, because I know you've been working extremely hard. Step 3's in particular, have a look at the following sequences that are made on your sheet. By that, I mean you're using bigger numbers, even including 4-digit numbers, okay? Have a go, see how you get on, let us know, and hopefully you'll smash this. Okay. Take care. See you later on.